So we're with the five finalists for Mineral Wells City Manager, and you're looking at Robert Evans. As he's one of our five finalists. He's the current city manager at Karnes City down in South Texas. Fair to describe it that way. So I'm going to let Robert tell you all about him and his background and why he chose to apply for this job.
Hello, I'm Robert Clayton Evans. Normally, if I hear that from my mom, I know I'm in trouble. Anyway, I'm from Mineral Wells. I'm a son of Mineral Wells. I graduated in 1987 here. Went off in the military, went to West Point, 4 years there. 25 years total in the military, stationed all over the world, 6 continents. I didn't make the full set and don't want to go to Antarctica and fill it. That's not one thing I want to do. One of the things I really wanted to do was come back here. Mineral Wells has always had that special place in my heart. I've known the things that we can do. I know we're this intersection of 180, 281. There's so much potential here. I've got the experience now. I think I have the ability to get people to work together. I think that all the conflict resolution I've been in, we're going to make stuff great here in Mineral Wells.
What are you seeing here, Robert, right now that kind of excites you about the town?
Well, one, the economic movement that we've had just in the last few months, and in fact, that one of those things they talk about, publicity, good, bad, whatever. The fact that people are talking about it is good. It means that they're interested. You're going to find the right resources. You're going to find the right people. And once you get those two together, you get to unlock the potential. And once you get, the train moving, then you keep on the gas. You don't let go. You got to keep momentum moving forward, and I think I can get you there.
You mentioned your mom. You better mention her name so that we all know who you're talking about.
Mary Creighton. Used to be Mary Evans here. She was vice principal up at the high school for a long time. Don't let her. I'm not calling you old, Mama, but she's been my inspiration. She's had the vision of Mineral Wells for a lot longer than me, and I learned a lot of things from her. This is a great place to come home to, and if I could do no better than to come back and spend time with her.
We all love Mary Creighton. So, all right, Robert, thank you for your time. Good luck to you.
Good luck, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, so we're again with the five finalists for City Manager of Mineral Wells, and this is one of them. And this is Brian Laborde, and he is the current City Manager for the City of Keene, which is in Johnson County near Cleveland. So we'll let Brian introduce himself a little bit more and talk about what led him to apply for this position. Brian?
Thank you very much. My name is Brian Laborde. Currently, I'm the City Manager of the City of Keene. I'm applying for the position of City Manager of the City of Mineral Wells. And what drew me to this place was really the rich history and a lot of the commitment of the community and the strong dedication. I've been in government about 20 years in several positions, working across several cities. I also did my education at Texas State University, so I've been through a lot of cities and worked for a lot of government in the past.
Right. So what have you seen about Mineral Wells that kind of excites you and that interests you?
The rich history, the cultural diversity here, also the dedication of the staff that really are passionate about what they do here, and a lot of the good things that are happening here. You can see a lot of planning and a lot of the implementation that's happening here.
Yeah, great. All right, very good, Brian. We appreciate it. Thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. Hey, so once again, we're with the five finalists for Mineral Wells City Manager, and I've got another one of them here with us. This is Shauna Burkhardt, and she's the current City Manager for La Mesa, Texas. I want to be sure I say that right, La Mesa. So I'm going to let her again talk about herself a little bit, her background, and what caused her to apply for the position here. So, Shauna?
Hi, I have 13 years of experience in city management work, and I currently serve as the city manager of La Mesa, Texas. I have worked with the city of Jacksboro, Texas, which has brought me to have interest in the city of Mineral Wells and spending much time here during those years that I served in Jacksboro. And so I am so excited about the opportunities that Mineral Wells has, from the grant writing opportunities for the historic preservation of the Baker Hotel to other projects that may come along. I have extensive experience in grant writing and budgeting, and I hope to bring that to the table. And I'm just encouraged by the fact that the Envision Mineral Wells has embraced strategic planning for the downtown area, and I hope to be a part of that as well. I have experience with downtown redevelopment with the city of Bowling Green, Kentucky, and I hope to bring that to the table.
Well, that's great. Very good. So what would you say your real strength is as a city manager?
My real strength as a city manager is management and budget. I am very familiar with all of the techniques in those fields. I'm also very experienced with water and wastewater, and I have been the public works director, if you will, and city manager for several cities. Most of the cities that I've worked did not have a formal public works director, so I am very familiar with working with engineering, water, wastewater, landfills, streets, etc.
Not unlike Mineral Wells, you tend to wear a lot of hats in these positions
Exactly.
sometimes.
Exactly.
So you have that. So. All right, Shana, well, we appreciate your time and wish you good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, everybody. So once again, we're talking to the 5 finalists for Mineral Wells City Manager, and we have current Director of Finance for Mineral Wells, John Moran, and he's been in Mineral Wells several years, has background with city management experience in a couple of cities prior, as well as law enforcement and a military background. So I'm let John talk about himself a little bit more and why he thinks he's the best candidate and hopes to become the city's next city manager. John?
Yeah, I'm John Moran. I'm currently Director of Finance for the city. I've been with the city since 2013 as the Director of Finance. I've been city manager since 2002, so I've had quite a bit of experience. I was a graduate of Mineral Wells High School in 1983, and my family moved to Mineral Wells. My grandparents were here in the 60s. My family came here in the 70s. My dad was a policeman in Mineral Wells, and my mother worked for the city as well, so I'm a second-generation city employee. I've helped lead the city in the last few years, and as we've picked up momentum, I've had a part of it. And as our momentum increases and our downtown and all our projects are taking off, I've had a part of all that. I can help us continue to move forward and make the city even better. Our future is limitless, and I can help us achieve that limitless future. I have the knowledge, education, and experience with the city, as well as experience from other places that I can bring and make this city achieve the potential that it has. I'm the best person for the job, and I appreciate the consideration as a finalist, as a city manager for the city of Mineral Wells.
I know finding the grants to do some of the things that we've been able to do, capital purchases, infrastructure improvements, something that you've certainly brought here lately, right?
Yes, sir. I've gone out and I've been very much at the forefront of getting grants. We've gotten several grants that we've been able to put fire hydrants downtown. We are getting a grant, so we're going to pave some streets in the southwest part of town. We're getting grants to put generators on lift stations. We've got a grant pending. Hopefully that will get sirens in the city. This is all so the taxpayers don't have to fund these things. We pay our federal taxes, and now we're trying to get it back in the form of grants. We've been doing very well in the last few years with grants, and we hope to continue as well.
If you were asked what you believe your strength would be as city manager, John, what would that be?
My experience with the area. I know the area like the back of my hand. I know the people. I know the employees. I know the organization. I can hit the ground running on day one because I'm already on the ground running right now.
Very good. All right. Hey, John, thanks for your time. Good luck, sir. Thank you. So once again, we're talking with the 5 finalists for Mineral Wells City Manager, and we're now talking with Randy Criswell. And Randy is in his 11th year as City Manager in Canyon, up in the Panhandle. So I'm gonna let Randy tell you more about himself and what caused him to apply for this job. And take it away, Randy.
Yeah, okay, well thank you. Yeah, my name is Randy Criswell. I'm a city manager in Canyon, Texas. I've been in Canyon, Texas since 1986. And I've been city manager there for 11 years. I'm very interested in being the city manager in Mineral Wells for a lot of reasons. Number one, it's a city very similar to Canyon with some of the same needs that Canyon has had and some of the same needs that Canyon still has. We've had a lot of successes in Canyon dealing with some of the things that Mineral Wells is interested in doing. A lot of successes. not all because of me, obviously, but I think I can bring some things, some aptitudes, some talent, some experience to Mineral Wells that would be helpful. Sounds to me like there is an incredibly positively engaged group of citizenry in Mineral Wells, Texas, that is exciting as a city manager, because you never want to be the one who's always pushing. If it's the staff and the council that's pushing for everything, the success is so much less realistic. When it's the citizens pushing for it, that's where the excitement comes in. I'm actually more excited about this job than I was when I applied, because I've learned so much being here just today and yesterday and visiting with people about really what's driving Mineral Wells. It's a beautiful place. It's an exciting looking town. I've always loved hills and trees. Never had the luxury of living in them, but this is an opportunity that might present itself to me. Honestly, I turned my career over to God the day I graduated college, in a very poor economy and needing a job as a college graduate. And He has always led me like it was a scripted plan.
Right.
When the Mineral Wells position opened up, I was intrigued by that for many reasons. The town, the size of the town, the area, so many things, the things that Mineral Wells was doing. I applied, was selected as semifinalist quickly, went through that process, was selected a finalist very quickly. God's not putting that door in front of me for me to turn my back and walk away from it. It may not open, and this may not be His plan for me here today, but if it is, well, I'm coming. And if it's
We
not,
talked about some of the similarities is the economic development and downtown redevelopment, right? That you've
absolutely.
gone through there.
Yeah, in Canyon, I can remember when I moved to Canyon, you could have shot a shotgun on the downtown square at 5:03 and no one would have been there to hear it. Today, Canyon's downtown is probably one of the most vibrant, thriving downtowns. And I'm not talking about up until 5 or 6 o'clock. I'm talking about till 10:30 at night, with restaurants and activities for people that has become so popular that people even do what nobody ever thought would happen. They come from Amarillo, a city of 200,000 plus, 10 miles away, to downtown Canyon to spend their Friday evenings or their Saturday evenings, or even to come down during the week and have a meal. So we have transformed what was really a ghost town downtown into one of the most vibrant that I've ever seen. There's a lot of things that can still be done there. I mean, by no means is Canyon finished, but the success that we've seen even in the last 12 years is just amazing. And Mineral Wells is poised and already moving in that direction to head for the same target.
How did that happen in Canyon? I'm sure it wasn't just organic or happened by accident, did it?
No, it was having good planning. It was having good people. It was having the first and probably most important thing that we did was we became a Texas Main Street city, and we hired an executive director for that. And then about 10 years later, we had an economic development election for a half cent for economic development. Succeeded. We're a type B, 4B, some people call it. We added to the responsibilities of the Main Street coordinator, who also was a certified economic developer. She became our economic development director. We appointed a very aggressive economic development corporation board of directors, and they began to leverage what wasn't a whole lot of money into successful projects, small, then a little bigger, then a little bigger. And as businesses and property owners on the square began to see those successes, they wanted some of it too. Yeah. And so it was a team effort of a lot of things. An aggressive city commission, great staff, people wanting to do things in Canyon that had never been done before, and it's been really successful.
What would you say is your strength as a city manager?
People. I like people, and I think when you're in the public service business, if you're not about people, you're in the wrong business. So honestly, people. I believe that our employees are crucial to our success, because I don't know how to drive a trash truck, but there's people that do. And I don't know how to run a water treatment plant, but there's people that do. And they need to be appreciated. I don't know how to be a cop. Thank goodness there are cops, firemen. People are everything to me. And that's not just employees, but the community is people. It's not a place. It's not buildings. It's people. And that's really what I'm best at is people. I like people. I think people like me. I enjoy doing what I do. I'm good at it. It's really, for me, it's about relationships and people.
Very good, sir. Well, we appreciate your time and wish you good luck.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. Good visiting with you.